Sabila.
Hey, it's Roger Sanchez.
What's up? I'm Armin van Buren.
Tom Middleton. Dave Seaman.
Fergie.
Steve Angelo.
Paul Wolford.
Hey guys, I'm Marcus Schultz.
This is Goldie and you're in tune and you're listening to DJ Sounds.
Hi, this is Eddie Halliwell.
This is Tayo.
I'm Laid Back Luke.
Hi, this is Joachim Garraud and you are watching DJsounds.com. Remember, the invasion has just begun.
Begin at the beginning.
You're listening to Dan Tate on the Pioneer DJ Sound Show on Ibiza Sonica.
People from all over the world.
Good evening, this is Dan Tate on the Pioneer DJ Sound Show with our first very special guest, Mr. Prok and Mr. Fitch. Now, what do your parents call you? What are your actual first names?
Ben for me and James for me. Simple as that.
Excellent. So no science behind the special Prok and Fitch.
No.
I bet you get asked that all the time now.
Yeah, one of the favourite questions.
Now, you've been on the island for how long?
We got here on Sunday night, so just a couple of days. Yeah, flying back tonight, straight after this.
And you went to La Plage on Monday, didn't you?
That's right, yeah, we did. It was a stealth live party, and we DJ'd on the beach with Martin and Belden, and Roger played a few tracks as well. So yeah, it was a wicked party, man. Really good.
I read on his Twitter he couldn't help himself.
Exactly.
He had to jump on there.
Yeah, we got to close, so it was really good vibe.
Excellent. And did you go to Amnesia last night?
Yeah, I can't really remember too much. But yeah, apologies for what happens in the next half hour, actually. If you hear a few clangers, then you know why.
Now, let's get straight down to business. Your label, Floorplay, tearing things up. How's it going?
Yeah, it's going really well, really well. It's been going over 2 years now. Had some really strong support, wide range of people, haven't we? Yeah, really diverse. I think that's one of the things that I think we're very fussy with the records that we sign and the records we put out on the label, but it seems to be paying off because we have a really broad spectrum of DJs, supporting the record. So yeah, we can't complain.
And of course, you've got your own productions as well, haven't you? Your very special mix of Something Going On.
Yeah, it's doing really well. Stealth put it out, was it 3 weeks ago? Yeah. And yeah, it started off as just a DJ tool. Bass from Stealth heard it and phoned up Todd and was really keen for us to get it out. I mean,
I read sort of previous articles with you guys, and sort of how old are you? I mean, were you there at the first sort of wave of 90s house? With Todd Terry, Masters at Work, and all those guys. Because your sound is so influenced by them.
It is, yeah. No, we've both been into dance music for quite a while, actually. And I think we both used to play that record the first time round as well, which is why we were like, we wanted to do a bootleg for the festivals this summer. And it was just total by coincidence that Bass from Stealth rang up and heard it in the background in the studio and was like, I want to hear it,
Excellent. Now, what about your own night down in Brighton?
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit more about that.
It's going really well. It's a club called Coalition, monthly party. We've had guests from Mark Knight, Funker Man,
Martin Belden,
Noir. Yeah, it's really good, really good. We get to play in our hometown once a month, and
do you feel that that's an important thing? Do you have a very strong following of guys and girls who have sort of seen you sort of travel the world and sort of seen the success you've had, and then when you come back, there's that nice sort of family feeling?
Yeah, there's a bit of excitement, I think. I think it's really good for us as well, just to have a presence as well in the UK, and a bit of a crowd as well, that to try and push the music and the artists on the label as well. So
excellent. Now let's go back to your sound. I mean, sort of who inspires you, who influences you? Because it sounds like a really how shall I put it? Like, it's such an interesting mix of sort of that really heavy, swinging, funky sound. I mean, how do you get it sounding so warm and swinging so nicely? Because I know a lot of tracks, they kind of sound as though they're always kind of not quite there, but your tracks are always so sort of warm and pumping.
Yeah, we're really groove-based, aren't we?
Yeah, we spend a lot of time on
it's
grooves.
all about our drums, really.
Yeah, I think that's probably the strongest part of our tracks, are the the drums. So we spend a long time and on the groove until we're both like really happy with like
until there are lots of heads in the studio going like this.
Until the neck's aching a little bit. Yeah. Right, let's work on something else.
Okay, now you've been on. How many times have you been back to the island?
Quite a bit. This year only. This
year, first time.
First time, yeah.
And will we see you later on in the summer?
Holiday, but unfortunately, not playing again.
So people like they should have been beware of you last night. You should be sort of very beware of you when you come back on holiday.
We've been really busy touring. We had a Brazil tour at the beginning of the summer, and then we're going to Australia like in just over a week. So yeah, we haven't had a lot of time really for Ibiza. So I think it's good because it's important to tour in these places. But I think it's been good to be over here again. But it's just the way it is, really, isn't it?
Yeah. Now, tell us a little bit about the sort of the relationship, only with your own label, Floorplay, but also Stealth. Is it quite a nice, tight family?
Yes, definitely. The Stealth guys couldn't be better, really. I mean, they really look after us. We look after them. We try to give them some decent music. And
I mean,
especially Martin, who's just sat here with a hangover like ours as well.
I mean, I'm always sort of, I don't know how some guys do it. How do you decide what's for what label, or sort of what you give for what label? I mean, how many of your own releases do you actually put out on Floorplay?
Not enough, according to our label manager. No, I think we'll always give Stealth the first option on a track, and we want to make sure that we give them as many records as they want, basically over the space of a year. And then the stuff we put out on Floorplay is kind of a little bit more personal. I think we express ourselves a little bit more and experiment a little bit more. And
so maybe something sounds very stealthy, and then other tracks you're like, oh, this is a bit interesting, this is a bit different. Yeah, hold this back for ourselves.
Yeah. Especially with our remixes on a label, we kind of try and push new ideas.
Because you're a very strong believer in sort of pushing the new school, aren't you? Lots of up and coming artists.
Yeah, there's a lot of really good undiscovered talent out there, I think, and at the moment it's very much focused around the big names, and I think if we hear someone that's producing great music, then we want to try and
tomorrow's children are the future.
They are indeed.
Now, in the booth and in the studio, who does what?
It's kind of mixed, really. In the booth, it's we both just DJ together, one track each, and
we have 4 CDJs and a Q2 dual unit, so we can kind of chop things up a bit, chuck a loop on, whatever, really. See how it goes.
Beautiful. Now, have you moved over to USB yet?
No, because there's a guy called Dan Tate who was supposed to come down to Brighton and put us on the 2000s, and he never showed up, actually.
But you're interested in the idea of moving across?
Definitely, definitely. Whenever you've got spare time and you fancy showing up, mate, we're always there.
and a couple of spare ones of these.
How did I know that was coming? Anyway, we've got a very special mix, 30-minute mix coming up from you guys. Anything special that we should be listening out for?
Not really. There's like a selection of a few different tracks, and there's half an hour's not really a great deal of time to take you on a journey, but just a few different things, and try and show a little bit of variety. So
fantastic. Anyway, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you.
We'll have a little chat at the end, but we're going to leave you in the mix now for the next 30 minutes.
Cool.
So this is Prok Fitch in the mix on the Pioneer DJ Sound Show.
This is
para de not machine, se macama com sabura. Esperança besta vivi, para de not machine, se macama com sabura. Angola, Angola.